Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ina. Please subscribe to my channel, support my journey, and follow me on Instagram if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like. Today I wanted to share with you some books that I have read recently. So probably since summer 2022 I started reading a lot more. Initially just to condition myself, as I'm studying philosophy and I knew it's going to involve a lot of reading and writing, and I wasn't wrong. Nevertheless, initially my friend said to me, "You really like reading." At first I was like, don't be mistaken. I like to read, not as much as I do. But after literally about a month of it, I started increasing. So initially I was reading probably like 10 minutes a day, then 15, 20, and then upped it up to 1 hour. Guys, the amount of knowledge, it's mind-blowing. So here are some of the books. Oh, as you know, like in December I struggled a little bit with my health. I am much better now. My business is now ready, so go check it out. I'll post a link for Beefcakescollective website down in the description, so check it out. You can also subscribe to that so you know when the new content is coming out. There's not all that much on it as of yet, but I'm now hitting it hard, so there's gonna be lots more videos to buy and articles. I'm involving photographer Michael Palmer to kind of collaborate a little bit. I know him since 2012 when I was a Gaspari Nutrition calendar girl, and he was the photographer for the calendar. Yeah, that's how we met, and now we are friends. So yeah. Anyway, so now to the books that I've read and the ones that I think you really should get into. So Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Guys, it's a short book. It's like an instruction for war, but really the more I learn about life, is everything. War, finance, lifestyle, it just follows. So random page. There is, without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of the report. One of my favorite quotes from this is probably, "All war is deception." So whenever you look at news, if you still do, you know, news always want to push on some agenda. So really, if you want to learn more about it, you should look who's making profit, because war is business. And also another quote was, you know, this is about war, right? But look at the wild animals. So act weak when you feel strong, act strong when you are weak. So animals in wild, and even like house animals, I think, they will be acting confident even though they not, and they will hide, or you know, when they sick, they will either hide or pretend they are strong and all. But when they are feeling strong, they have no problem to pretend they not all that. Sometimes I think people often underestimate me, but the more I think about it, the more I stop myself from like being defensive about it. If people want to underestimate me, let them be, because it only gives me an advantage. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so manufacturing consent. This is by Noam Chomsky, very famous book about politics, agendas, propaganda. So it was comparing, for example, different cases of, you know, stuff that were very like in your face, and then stuff that were happening at the, you know, they were happening but they wouldn't be shown. Aggressive images of war in Vietnam. Eventually they were talking to like reporters, but they wouldn't show in anything of it because people were too offended. They wanted to think of it as a political conflict, like a mild little argument rather than a whole war. And the American army was super violent. When I was reading this book, it's very dark, so I started to read this book. Meanwhile, it is the Alamanack of Naval, Ravikant. This is, oh my days, this is amazing. This is like a motivational book. So basically this was making me low, so I had to read something a bit uplifting, not to get depressed. But what happened. This book literally changed my life, got me thinking about what can I do for business? What am I good at? It was making me question, what could I do? How could I monetize it? Again, mind-blowing. So it says, basically in this book as well, it says study microeconomics, game theory, psychology, persuasion, ethics, mathematics, computers. So you don't have to go delve in super deep. You know, some of the people that I follow now for like inspiration, so they say like, you know, to be considered an expert is that you don't need to have PhD, you don't need to have a degree, you need to know a bit more than the average Joe. So you can teach about it. Most of people nowadays waste their time playing PS4, PS5, whatever there is, scrolling through TikToks and Instagram, and really they should be investing in themselves. If they work 8 hours a day, spend 1 hour for yourself, invest in yourself, read, write, study, teach. So this book is a must. It is a must, and it's fun. It's really fun to read. Let's look up a quote. Okay, so this is like divided by different habits, like how to learn about happiness, how to learn about business, how to learn about this and that. So first chapter is building wealth. This is a big one. It's tiny, but it's a big one. Intention don't matter, actions do. That was another book actually that I started to read. This is a book by Simon Blackburn, Being Good, and it's like an introduction to ethics. Last month or so, about a month ago, I've written five of my core values that I want to be guided by, because for me, I like to look at emotional chart. So if I have a problem with, for example, anxiety, too much stress, anger, whatever, I'm not that angry, but I will look at what's the opposite of it. So for example, when I was super anxious in the summer, I had some stressful dreams every single night. I started writing 3 things that I'm grateful for just before I go to bed. So I was going to bed filled with gratitude. Gratitude canceled out anxiety that same night. Part of the brain that brings on anxiety also brings on gratefulness. So you know, when somebody says don't feel anxious, be grateful, makes no sense. But if you try to replace it, it has to work, because both of them cannot exist. It's one or the other. Whenever I'm stressed out, I will push more into gratitude, and then I always try to be grateful. But when I am stressed out, I am making sure to notice it's a sunny day, how nice it is that I woke up, how nice it is that I have another day, that I have this body, how nice it is. If I have to complain, it's very not easy to be bored. You know, that means that so many didn't have a chance to be a human. They didn't have a chance to think, oh, I don't want to eat pasta, I really want pizza today. And I am grateful for that. I experienced all that, you know. I am a human and I love it. So then we have another book by Michael A. Singer, The Unthethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself. This is awesome as well. This is about, it's pretty much like a little bit of meditation, a bit about who you are, a bit on how to overcome like negative emotions. And it is awesome. It's dragging a little bit, I'd say. So go through the concept. You see, like books like this, you don't need to read them like a novel. You can like go through the content, maybe skim through, try to see the words that stand out to you, and then kind of read through, but try to read it pretty fast. Some of the words will catch your attention and then maybe delve deeper. This book was very good at reinforcement of some stuff that I already knew. Some of the things were new to me. It's a good book. But then another 2 books that I have here, super thin, it's like leaflets. But for example, this, it's expensive for leaflet. If you ever had any kind of issues, like, you know, I did, and I still do. I mean, maybe I'm not as sick as I used to be, but nevertheless, I'm not a robot. So this book, guys, is life-changing. You know, therapy is expensive. Like my friend said once, we're talking about something else, but nevertheless, he said, well, maybe you could have get there sooner. That's the thing with the therapist, they will know what's the issue, and they will give you, like, for example, with cognitive behavioral therapy, they will give you the exercises that are for you, so they will get you faster to get the result. But if you cannot afford it, guys, this book was less than £10, I think, in UK, and it's pretty much teaching you what the therapy would teach you, just slower. But you know, it's always good to invest a little bit of your time into personal development, be it to look after your mental health or even just to stay focused, to evaluate your life. I'm very big on brainstorming. If I have, like for example, with my life, like I want to be clear-minded. If my life sucks, I want to know it so I can address it, I can change it, right? I can only change my mistakes. So if I blame the weather, the government, I cannot change those things. So I rather find the way of my blame so I can change it, right? So then the next one is a short little book. It's a theory of human motivation by A.H. Maslow. So this is awesome. This is a small book, but the title is tiny. Basically, it talks about hierarchy. Like once you are, for example, hungry, right? That's your motivation. Once that is set, the next goal now is the next goal now is the next. But sometimes there's gonna be differences. So, for example, somebody who didn't have love as a child, they will be inclined to look for it, or they think that they can do it out and they will block it out. In a way, it was very helpful, but also misleading because, you know, so as much as I had questions about motivation, I think personally I still do. And next, okay, so this book I'm kind of reading right now. This one I am almost finished with. Your Next 5 Moves by Patric and David. It is awesome. Once again, you need to there's a lot of filler words you need to as what you need. But I do recommend it. It's a business book. It teaches you like how to approach things, how to think through things, how to plan your next 5 moves. Don't think about what I want for dinner today. Think about, is this dinner today serving me well if I were to have it every day? Think of what you need, not what you want to do. This book I only started. I've read first chapter, which was a bit like utopian dream. It was nice, but then I started to read, the conclusion, and then reading the first chapter, second chapter now. But mind-blowing, guys, mind-blowing. This book has so many lessons. It's so valuable. The way it is written, guys, it is like magic. It's so beautiful. It will make you think, because being a human in the age of artificial intelligence, it's a tough subject, because like for example, if the vast universe, right, and we are like a little particles that are self-aware of the universe, and really within our bodies, I think very similar, right, to the universe. So if universe realize itself through us, if we create AI that can then recreate itself, technology is moving fast. I think it's scary, but also exciting. Suspense. Okay, Lucius, Seneca, Letters from a Stoic. This book I read very slowly, like a letter up to 3 a day. It's amazing. It is amazing. When a man has said, I have lived, every morning he arises, he receives a bonus. How many people work like this with the iPhones? They should be living, they should be noticing the life that's happening around them. Be present, guys. I now started quite a while back. I started meditating pretty much daily. Do it every morning. If I don't do it in the morning, sometimes I do it in the afternoon. I should do it sometimes in the evening. I try to stay present. People move into London, right? I'm inspired by the architecture. I'm inspired by the conversations I have. Yeah, Milton Keynes was like cheaper to live in, but pretty much, most of people were narrow-minded. Architecture, I didn't like it. And moving to London was amazing, and I based that decision pretty much on my intuition. I do not regret a single thing about that move. I am super happy to be here. If I kept just looking at my phone, would I even notice that I'm back? Not back. Things are different than they used to be, but I look for opportunities, and I look for opportunities by being present. These are some books. I will link them below so you can find them, 1, 2, 3, all of them. Get them yourself, especially say Life 3.0, Emotionally Intelligent, the Alamanack of Naval Ravikant. This is written by, it's like a collection of the tweets of Naval Ravikant. But yeah, it's amazing. And then Art of War, and if you like philosophy, which I think you should, Seneca, Letters to the Stoic, and for business, your next 5 moves. But even like not for business, even if you just want to be good at your work, get to the high position, it will organize your thinking in a way to know what it takes. So this is it for today. I hope you found this video useful. And if you did, please subscribe to my channel, support my journey, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, and comment down below. What else do you want to see from me? I want to commit to this journey. I want to give you more content and more valuable content, be it a mindset, be it bodybuilding, be it studying. I'm all about those right now. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it in the next video. This is amazing. But yeah, I'll tell you next time. Yes, I'll see you soon. Cheers!